All
Well,
right. Okay.
well, again, because I was, only because I wasn't here.
No, that's fine.
So we're talking about roads as a weakness. Are we talking about the township roads? Or were we thinking of state roads at the same time when we said that? I think that needs to be
I
discussed.
think it
All
was
of them.
all comprehensive. It was because if you look at the snow removal infrastructure, the township roads now are being all paved. They're taking turns doing those, but the state roads interact with that. And then it was the snow removal and then the maintenance program going forward. So I think it was all roads coming in and out.
Okay.
Am I correct in saying the PennDOT grades theirs according to service, according to traffic, like A, B, C, D, E, F, they use the grade grids. And I didn't know that we had one C road in my time was Morganza, all the rest are D, E, F roads. And
All
that's
the
why
others
they're
were what?
not
And like,
D, E, F roads.
Oh, I can believe it.
The priority.
but like I said, that's a whole committee, because I just spent last month a lot of time on the phone with PennDOT. I work in Peters Township, and my question to them is, how are the Peter Township roads so nice and Cecil's aren't? And I got a whole laundry list, well, you can do X, Y, Z. So we need somebody, and that's where you go to the weaknesses.
You
Our
could be
staff, our
union time.
management staff needs to be a little bit larger. There's not
Meet
enough.
with PennDOT yearly or.
Well, there's studies and stuff. I mean, I think it comes to, you know, you can't expect one person to do it all. Cecil grew over the years, and that's one of our weaknesses is, you know, the employee staff, the staffing.
And this isn't just a shameless plug, and I'm not just going to, I'm a planner, but if you need to give staff the tools. Some people always ask me, like, how do you get grant money? Like, there's some magic trick. And there are a couple of tricks, but in terms of working with PennDOT, you need to have a plan, you need to have priorities, you need to have an advocate. And as soon as you have this comprehensive plan, identify transportation priorities that everybody can agree on, and then you have an advocate that's working with PennDOT, building that relationship, you're going to go a lot further. And Peters, certainly, you brought it up, I don't want to throw out names, you brought it. Peter, by example, certainly has the plan, they have the capacity, and they have the local leadership that is regularly communicating with PennDOT.
And it can be done, and it can be done here in Cecil, but you're right, that's why that is a priority. Roads are a priority.
When you're talking about a weakness with the road too, is there's a lot of stormwater management around the roads that need to be taken care of. Joe can attest for that in his area right now. But you're seeing it all through the news everywhere. And that's all part of the road system too, not only the road itself, but how you manage the water runoff around it.
And I got one thing on that too, and Andy, you probably know this better than I. I understand our township road is 16 feet footprint. And at the wage growth and the amount of vehicles we have, I think that yours should go to at least 18. I mean, things like that, that's what needs to be brought up here. Would you walk your dog along the road here, McConnell Road, I mean, 100 cars a day versus 1,000 cars a day? That, I see, some people say, well, there's 100 acres of farmland there. There's only a gravel road here, or this road. And as soon as people move in, they're gonna start wanting to walk their dog, they're gonna start wanting to do this. Will you let your kid ride a bike on these roads? There's no shoulders, those are the kind of things I'd like to address.
I heard north of the Follies, one road right there.
Yeah.
With all the detours going on with the Southern Beltway and the bridge closing.
And the pipeline they're putting in.
Oh, yeah.
Heard Mr. Ross point out too, straightening out, or someone working with the state to straighten out some of these roads or make them more accessible.
So,
We've actually learned how to work with the engineering district of PennDOT, which is actually in Uniontown for this district. And you know, I'm a little bit surprised how responsive they actually were. Things such as, you know, everybody wants some potholes patched, but we had, you know, some actual results on it that was due to our calls, and also clearing off the terrible hazards on Georgetown Road with Sadowski's vehicles and Clement's vehicles. I never know when I'm stepping on landmines when I say names, so I'm not really trying to do anything like that. I'm just stating how dangerous it is for
That's
my,
documented.
you know, several hundred employees coming in and out of there, and you cannot get off the road if there's a big truck on the other side, because you've got all those junk vehicles on the other side, or let's say a car is being worked on. It's right on that white line. So we called the PennDOT, and we got some help from that for some of that.
They're willing to work with you, you just got to reach out.
Yeah.
you know, I know a large issue in Cecil Township every summer, you hear a lot of talk about it, is the amount of bicyclists on the roads. As opposed, you hear, oh, they should be on the trail or whatnot, you can get in a whole debate there, but I don't know if anyone realizes it, but State Route 980 is actually a designated state bikeway.
Right, yes, it is.
And if you go to PennDOT's website, they actually, pound their chest in about how proud they are that they have all these designated bike lanes along these designated bikeways. And then, we're almost hitting bicyclists or we're riding our bikes and almost getting hit constantly on 980. And it's, there's a perfect opportunity where our community leaders can be putting pressure on PennDOT to fulfill their promise that they've made to the residents of the state that, hey, we designated this road a bikeway. Now we're going to put the investment into that road to create the bike lane to ease the congestion issues in this issue.
Rising Road was like that before they
That's
park.
No, that's scary. And we have to paint a road on the roads, and the bicyclists don't have to get licensed or anything, but we have to buy owner's cards and licenses, and they're all free there.
Okay,
You're supposed to, under new state law, give them a minimum width away from the
Yes.
That's a little hard coming up Miners Hill.
I rode down this hill all the time, in 13 seconds, it will not kill anybody to wait to pass. And they have the exact same rights as the, in fact, you get a drunk driving ticket on a bike.
They should make like.
I know someone who's.
Okay, opportunities. Our opportunities, I don't know why the B12 is there. Vitamin B12 development, Beltway, natural resources, additional housing, senior high-rise, pool valley development, Montour Trail, school district, destination point, and village redevelopment. Our priorities for opportunities are development, including South Point, oil and gas headquarters, opportunity for retail growth, equal more business growth, plastics manufacturing with the cracker plant. The Beltway, increased access, new businesses available to move people in and out of the township. Natural resources, oil and gas development, streams, brush running valleys, and watersheds. Additional housing, size of lots, preserve open space, PRD development, and senior high-rise new development, for example, Traditions of America. We also have the school district identified as a priority opportunity.
Is that what Traditions of America is doing on the property they just bought here?
It's not a senior high-rise.
It's single family dwelling.
That's what I thought, but
Yeah. And actually, it's going to take up, it's actually taking up a sizable chunk of that,
On road.
yeah,
Yeah.
well, it's coming off of Hong Road, but it actually stretches really far back into what I think a lot of us are
I'm
looking at.
familiar with America.
And no, it's a separate parcel, but I think
I'm
they're going to back right
familiar,
up to each other.
Right, but you're at the water.
but they're not doing senior high-rise.
No, it's single.
I think the comment was just, somebody referred to it as senior high-rise, maybe we just changed to senior living.
They're quite pleasant.
Senior living.
What else is there?
Carriage family.
The proposal is roughly 350 single family.
They were 55 and older too.
It
There
is.
was talk about making.
And Bill, all that's gonna be your area, right? Pool Valley, Han, it's all gonna be yours.
Threats. Threats on the last page, page 4. Too much residential development, poor zoning, green spaces, pool valley, oil and gas development, traffic, new residential opportunity to give opinions, it should be options, MS4 water issues, local government supporting infrastructure, local government cooperation, and lack of paid firefighters. Our priorities. Priority threats are traffic, poor zoning, too much residential development. And I
I
think,
don't agree with the too much residential development. I think that's what's made this township great. That's why we got the Business Week to say Cecil Township is the best place to raise your children in Pennsylvania because of the residential development.
I disagree with you.
I think the threat would be the lack of paid firefighters.
well, and I want to
Township-
clarify
the
that.
Township growing,
Yeah, let me clarify that, especially since that was identified as a priority earlier. There was some discussion that I didn't capture on the notes because we were wrapping up the meeting. The point was, the threat is the fact that the fire company is volunteer. it doesn't, I think it mischaracterizes the threat by saying that was just the words that whoever wrote on the note card used. So to say that you need paid firefighters is not necessarily the answer.
How about overtaxing the local fire departments? The possibility of
Right, so we'll just say that the volunteer department,
overtaxing it.
Wait a minute, when you guys get 3 calls in 3 hours, Bill, I think you're overtaxed.
We average over 200 calls a year, that's
I know.
every other day.
You know I know, because you know I'm always posted.
so I'm gonna recharacterize that one as volunteer department resources and declining volunteerism. It's an issue that every community in Pennsylvania is dealing with.
How do you get more volunteers?
But paid volunteer, or paid fire company may or may not be the answer. There are certainly
Well,
pros
what
and
is the
cons.
answer?
Well, again, no magic bullets here on my end, but keep some combination thereof if you
Yeah.
have to go that way.
We're working on that, but the bottom way I say of expressing this is you need a proper response. You have to have proper response capabilities. I would, in my humble opinion, if we could keep it all volunteer, I'd be the happiest guy in the world. Can I guarantee that? I don't know right now.
There are
So
lots-
that's what we're discussing.
Very specifically, there are lots of options. Some communities have specific agreements with their fire company, what I've seen work successfully. In some communities, and again, I'm not finding solutions, we're not at that point yet for Cecil, is where the municipality makes capital investment and the firefighters focus on training and fighting fires. The challenge is, in today's world, oftentimes to keep volunteers is difficult because they don't want to work the bingos and the fish fries, the younger folks who could be your potential volunteers. So communities have had a lot of success, some communities, by saying, you focus on training and fighting fires, we'll get you the equipment and the housing that you need and the vehicles you need. So you can dedicate a fire tax to help fund that, you can do a whole variety of things.
And I actually fought fire in Oakmont for almost 10 years, and that's the original rehab. Oakmont provided the fire station and the apparatus, and all we did, there was no fundraising. We showed up, trained, and fought fires. That's it.
And I'll be
It was
honest,
a huge burden off our shoulders based off of what I experienced when I first started fighting fire up in Erie County, where fundraising was all on us.
And in all honesty, with some of the taxes coming in and the tax base is growing, the fire tax has grown, money isn't our biggest issue. It is manpower. I'll just say that as a general statement. And it's not on paper. We have, some people have 40 people in their departments. Are they there when you need them? And that's 8 to 4. You know, everybody's at work. It doesn't have to have $1 million fire trucks in there. They don't drive by themselves. But that's all I just want to let the people know. But see, and go back to your point about the residential development. And this is why I don't have the facts. I wish, and that's why I went to when 20 years ago, when I looked into this, a Penn State study said, well, for every dollar of farmland and taxes, they only use 50 cents of services. They were putting a new development in for every dollar of taxes, it was $1.25, and services needed to keep these housing plans running. And that's where it affects the old people that are living here. And you can say what you want about taxes having increased. The old people, been here 20, 30, 40 years, their taxes went up. The people in the 300,000 plus houses, the taxes went down this year because of the formula, because they had to cap it at 5% gain. And how's that help the people that are on Social Security now? And the people live there their whole life, that have to put up with the extra traffic, the new schools and everything else.
Sure, so a couple things there. You're going to be sorely disappointed when you refer to those DCD documents, because they're not going to give you exact numbers and formulas, just sort of recommendations and guidelines for how to go about
I mean, if I was going to open a business like the Hilton Garden Inn, I'm going to have a business model.
And secondly,
Developers don't have to do that?
this plan, no, and this plan is not going to get to that level of detail either. There are plans out there that have, that I've been involved in, but the scope of this plan is not to do development level analysis. I'll tell you from a high level standpoint, residential development does not pay for itself in terms of services. The numbers
So
never work.
as long as it's brought